Right, hi everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at Farmer Simulator 2008, and this is the very first farming simulator in the series, so very basic but still good in its own way. Now there's two modes, career and mission. In career it's fairly limited. It's basically the full process of growing wheat. You can plough your field, cultivate your field, drill your field or seed your field, spray your field, and then finally you'd harvest it. That is pretty much everything you can do in career. You are limited to just one crop type, which is wheat. Not a lot else to do, so that's why there is mission as well. Now there is a lot of missions here, starting off with tractor driving a combine, and then it gets more complicated, and then again the process of growing wheat until the end, which is clearing up. So yeah, we'll be doing some of these. We will do a couple, and before that I'll go into career and we will have a look at the map. We'll have a tour of the map and we'll look at the machines involved. So it says discover the quiet and idyllic island, use the very detailed machines, pay attention to the weather forecast, open up your personal digital assistant with the I key, plough the endless fields, and harvest the field with the combine harvester. So we'll press play, and here we are in the yard. You do not have to buy anything. You start off with all the machines in the game. This is everything except for one tractor, which is the Black Fendt 936 Black Beauty, and that is at the docks. So this is virtually everything but not quite. Now what I'm going to do is just run through everything quickly like I did in the 2009 revisited video, and we'll start from the beginning just here. This is the Fendt 716, and to be honest it doesn't look that bad. It's obviously a 716, it's the right shape, it's the right colour, it looks fine externally, so there is no problems there. Bit of lack of detail here, obviously no spool valves or anything, but generally it's fine. Inside, this is where it lets it down a bit. You can see the Fendt dashboard there, which is like a photo which has been stuck on there. No controls, there's just about a passenger seat. I think it's got windows, no working mirrors, but yeah, that is the extent of the detail inside, which to be fair is expected because this was the very first one and this is the beginning of the Farming Simulator series, and yeah, you can see what a long way it's come looking at 15, so you can't really complain about it. I mean, a lot of work would have been put into this game originally just to get it to where it is, because obviously they have to build the engine to run it off, and then there's building everything from scratch, and then it's very noticeable from the next version, 09, that everything's just been built up from this one and it's progressed and everything has got overall a lot better, and now it's absolutely fantastic. So there we go, that's the 716. Now we'll move on to the 936. It's quite hard to read that, but it is a 936. Again, quite boxy, but not too bad. Modelling from the outside, that looks pretty good. No complaints there. It's got beacons, but they don't work. Again, bit short on detail at the back, but otherwise fine. Very similar interior, except for here, look. There is controls. So that is an upgrade. That's much better. So not really anything wrong with this tractor. It's actually a pretty well done one. So that is the 936. The trailer, this is the red trailer. There's two trailers. This is the big one, and the green one just over there is the small one. It does the job, it's a tipper trailer. This is the Pottinger forage wagon. It doesn't say Pottinger, it's very plain, but you can tell what it is. And it's actually a very big one. It's so big that really you need the 936 to tow it. I did put it on the little one over there, and it did struggle. So yeah, you need the big tractor for that. This is the dozer blade snowplow thing, which is used in one of the missions to clear a load of logs from the road. Here's the seed drill, two front weights, the sprayer, the plough. That's quite a big plough actually for this game. Two combines with the headers, and there is the front mower. There is no rear mower. And just over here, I would run, but I can't. The small tipper trailer and the cultivator. So that is pretty much everything you get. I'll just jump in them and go over to this one. Here is the 936 Black Beauty, and this is over at the port. And this game is steering wheel enabled, which is good. I can remember when I first got it, I used to play on it for hours, and I only had a very basic, cheap steering wheel at that time, but it was still good. So we'll now move on and look at these Fendt combines. This is the Fendt 8350, and it actually does look pretty good. That's a very well modelled machine. We'll go inside it. Yeah, this is where it's lacking detail. There is actually nothing. I think there's a bit of a glitch there. They should be displaying, there's a little box there you can see on the side, little grey box. That should be displaying like the heads-up display, little dash thing. And I think that little black thing there should be orange. I've just jumped into the other one. I think there's a problem there. Yes, I think this is what it should look like. So there is more detail in here. That's the interior of this combine. Two different size headers. That's the bigger one, this is the smaller one. And this is the Fendt 5270C. So that is all the equipment we get. We've got some bales here, mainly for display. Animal shed, no animals though. Manure heap, that's pretty solid, you can't do anything to that. But this you can. This is your grass heap, and you use the forage wagon. There's a grass field around the back. We'll just go around to it very slowly. It's round here, and you cut it, and then you put the forage in there. You get the forage wagon, you can tip it there. Again, it's not the same as the new one. You can't go around cutting anything you want. It's literally just a few fields. This is one of them. You can cut this, and you can put it in that heap back there, and that will grow back. I think at the time you had to download the grass mod for it to grow back properly. I can't remember exactly, but there was something about that. Anyway, we'll jump into this tractor. We don't need anything on the back, but what I'll do is take you for a bit of a tour, and you will see the similarity between this version. Whoa, the steering is sensitive. Between this version and 2009, you'll see it's the same map which has been built up in the next version. So left is the village and right is the port. So I go round here. Yeah, the steering wheel is not too good. There's a bit of a dead zone. Probably should use a keyboard. Yeah, here's the port, which you will remember from 09 if you've played it. There's a sign there which says port, and we've just been there in the Black Beauty, and you can see fairly well detailed. There's ships in there and everything. Lighthouse, crane, and that's where you sell your grain, just over there. Same place as 09. In 09 there was a road here. You came off here and you continued up here to the brewery, which was on the right. And if you kept going, you come to a load of fields. You come to the playing area, the chapel, the garden centre, the supermarket. This game doesn't have that. It does have, I think, 2 fields. One of them has boulders in it, so when you're harvesting you can hit these boulders which you can't move. I'm not sure why that was done. You can see them appearing there. There is a load of boulders in this field. I'm guessing that was just to make it more challenging so you could drive around them. You've got to be more vigilant. That was the field with the boulders in. Here's another field. I don't think this one does have any in. Maybe a few on the edge. That's a bigger field. It does have a few. That's a bigger field. And those fields are there in the next version. Now up here, you will recognise this if you watched my previous video. This is the chapel. Just on the right here is the supermarket normally, and the playing area in the updated version. Here is a chapel. This is also in 2009, but it's on a high hill. On this one, it's just up a gentle gradient on a bit of a slope. So yeah, it is a very similar map, obviously with a lot less detail, but it has been improved a lot between this version and 09. So if you do have both of these versions and you've played on them before, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then I highly recommend you looking back through my channel. About a week or two ago, I released the video Farming Simulator 2009 Revisited, and we looked at that, and you should see the similarity. So up here is the village, and again it's smaller. There's no real roads here where there is in the next update. So here we are approaching the village. It's not a very big village, and there is no traffic at all. Again, here is another familiar view, and in this version there is the bridge to nowhere. It's the mainland bridge project, and I'm guessing it was to connect the island up with the mainland. Clearly that never worked, because in 09 the bridge had disappeared. Here we are, the mainland bridge project. Completion date spring 2009. Anyway, we will go to the end, and I'll demonstrate you can fall off the end by knocking a post over there. I'm not going to send the tractor over, but you could do if you really wanted. So there are some very obvious barriers to stop you from doing this, but if you really wanted to, you could drive off the end, and you can even see the end of the world. It's gone. But yeah, there's the bridge to nowhere, which was never completed. Let's continue. Now in 09 you can actually go into that lighthouse over there, but it's not actually connected to the island in this one, so you can't do that. But here is more grass fields, and you can cut these, pick it all up with your forage wagon. And there was actually a mod released which allowed you to do baling. I've looked for that mod now, I can't find anything at all for Farming Simulator 8, so we're stuck with this. But if I could find that mod, I would have recorded it, but I can't find it. So there we go, there's the lighthouse over there, there's that ship again, and I don't think there is too much around here. I will just go for a bit of a tour, but I don't think there's much to see. No, nothing really to see around here. It's just a field with grass and the sea, of course. I think in 09 this was the bay. This had the bridge going over, which is, I guess it is a bay in this one. No bridge or anything though. So yeah, I think you can get the general idea now of this game. It's good in its own way. It was very, very fun at the time to play, until the next one came out. And just down here is the yard again, which we'll go back to, and I think we'll probably start doing some missions, because there's not much else to do in the career except for harvest, so I'll look at something a bit more interesting. Right, so we'll cancel that. Mission, we will, what should we do? Driving with a tractor and trailer, we'll do that one. We'll begin. Gold, silver and bronze, of course, see what we can do it in. Climb onto the tractor, attach the trailer to the tractor and drive along the track. Okay, well that sounds fairly simple. Yeah, we will use the keyboard there because there is a bit of an annoying dead zone using the steering wheel. I'm not sure why that is there, but this is basically just getting used to the machines. See if we can go for a gold. Crashed. The steering is very unresponsive. Bit of a slalom. Through the barrels, literally. Through the shipping containers, which seem very small. Over the speed bump. The bump with speed. The bump which you get stuck on. I got stuck on the bump. And we're coming in for a finish. Oh no, there's more yet. There's more things to get stuck on. Yeah, here we go, in for the finish. Let's see if we can get a gold. We got a silver, that's because I crashed. Oh well. We'll move on. we'll move on to the next one. What shall we do? A bit of chaos on the roads, I think. So we have to attach the guard to the tractor, put the shield in the required position, and then clear the tree trunks from the road. Oh, it's going a bit dark. Okay, let's get these cleared. Oh, they go underneath the shield. Or the blade, or whatever it's called. Right. $17 remaining. 16. Oh, got stuck on them all. See, it's doing okay. Four left. These four. One left. Might be able to get a gold on this one. Oh, I did it. It rolled out the way. Good. Right. Got a silver and a gold. One more. Which one shall we do? Not clearing up. Is there a quick threshing one? Let's have a look. Night threshing. I don't want to do that. Too dark. This one here. Harvest the field with the combine harvester and load the contents of the combine onto the trailer. Use the variable speed control levels for threshing. This is a bigger one, and this is actually the scenario which was in the demo. If you ever played the demo at the time, this is what you could do for free. And I can remember playing this for longer than you normally would. I used to play this over and over and over again, and you can see the completion of the field, 12%. And from what I remember, you didn't actually have to harvest all of it for it to get to 100%. I think that was to give a bit of leeway for bits you miss, like annoying bits. But yeah, this is the threshing in 08, and it works. You couldn't bale in this standard game. You could get a mod to bale with, but it sort of looks like it's in the swath mode, but it's not. It's chopping it. And there is the speed control as well, which you have to keep an eye on. But this is, I think, when it was in the yard, this was the smaller combine with the smaller header. But now it seems to have the big header. And the combine is almost full, so we're going to have to unload it in a minute. %86 full. Again, it's a bit like dust. The grain which is coming out, they've really improved that. It's a lot better now. So we'll just get this unloaded, we'll do a bit more, get it to 100%, and then that should give you a pretty good idea of Farming Simulator 2008, and it really isn't that bad, really. Obviously, when you compare it to the new versions, it doesn't look very good, but all games have got to start somewhere, and I think even for the first game to already have the brand name Fent in it is pretty impressive, because you'd expect it really just to be all basic machines, made up names, but no. This one has got the well-known Fent in it. Bit of a cab view here. I don't think you can turn off the box there which says turn off cutter. I don't think you can remove that, it's a bit in the way. But yeah, 92% complete. Go down and then that should be it. Ooh, which way to go? Yep, it's going to let us finish before we complete it, I think. Yep, there we go. And that is another gold. Brilliant. Right, well we've done 3 there. I think that's probably enough for now. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. It's given you a good idea of what the very first farming simulator looked like. Yeah, my point is really, it's a good game for the time, and really to show you how much better it's got in just a few versions. So anyway, thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next video.